Let's face it, it is beyond time to replace Carson Wentz as the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts got into the game at quarterback in Philadelphia's loss to the Green Bay Packers Sunday, and that's a really good thing. Even though his stat line wasn't that impressive on Sunday, just over 100 yards, 5 of 12 through the air for a touchdown and interception, it's clear that Philly is trending its offense towards Hurts, and now is the time to make the move. After helping a team to a playoff appearance and getting the assist on Nick Foles' fairy tale run to the Super Bowl just 2 seasons ago, the honeymoon is officially over between Wentz and the famously ruthless Philadelphia fan base. There's no shame in that for Wentz, who started for 5 seasons. The problem is there's been clear signs of regression for the signal caller, and I'll explain more on that in a moment. But if the team decides to stick with championship-winning head coach Doug Peterson, it might be best for it to eat some of Wentz's lofty $30 million deal. He's got the most guaranteed money for any quarterback in the league. If the Eagles do decide to move on, though, it will have major dead cap implications. The problem for Philly is that we don't know if Jalen Hurts is better or worse than Carson Wentz. While non-first-round quarterbacks have thrived like Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Kurt Warner, and a slew of others, you do have a handful of early to mid-round quarterbacks like Spurgeon Wynn, Jimmy Clausen, Geno Smith, and many others. When a QB falls to the second or third round, there's usually a good reason for it. Granted, draft personnel can overlook a signal caller for a very stupid reason. Just see Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Lamar Jackson, and all of their complaints about their height. Luckily for Philly, they have a reliable backup option in Hurts. Hurts has been overlooked since the time he put up huge numbers at Channelview High School in the Houston area. He was only ranked the 29th best quarterback in the state of Texas alone. We know him for what he did at Alabama, starting with this often-forgotten game in 2016 when he made his debut for the Tide. He actually outdueled Sam Darnold at USC after coming in for Blake Barnett. Alabama would go on to lose what was a surefire national championship and one of Nick Saban's best teams after Deshaun Watson and Clemson took the title out of their hands. After that, for Hurts at Alabama, it was nothing but great numbers, accolades, and wins until this happened.
Youth right there. Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Tua Tagovailoa took the reins after that, and Jalen was forced to play in a relief backup role in 2018. He showed up in the nick of time in this classic moment when he came on relief for the injured Tagovailoa and led them to a win. And a move that was really smart for him after the season, Hurts transferred to Heisman Trophy Factory, Oklahoma for his final season of school. He even led the Sooners to the college football playoff. He didn't quite win college football's most prestigious award, but he did put up a whopping 52 total touchdowns on the way to being named a Heisman finalist. Over 56% of his carries generated positive expected points, which is 6% above the FBS average for a non-running back. Nerdy statistics, but it shows just how much he affected the running game. And a move that was criticized in April, Philly reached and grabbed Hurts in the second round with the 53rd overall pick. Critics thought that the team could have addressed other needs with the selection, but maybe Peterson saw something coming that we didn't. Hurts, in his eyes, was worth reaching for because Philly's only option behind him was Nate Sudfeld, who's never started an NFL game. There's a really great video out there by film room savant Brett Coleman on YouTube that explains the ins and outs of Wentz's regression this season. I'd encourage you to check it out if you're interested, but the main takeaway is this. Wentz has been too prone to hero ball this season. It's almost like he's trying to win the game on one play. Take this example. It has Brett Favre in the 2010 NFC Championship game written all over it. He clearly turns down several open options late in his progressions, denies the check down, plenty of room to run, but this play in a microcosm has been what Wentz's 2020 season has been. All this has led to a disaster of a season production-wise and a league-high 15 picks. Depending on who you ask, there could have been as many as 10 more. According to Pro Football Reference, Carson Wentz's interception plus rating was a league-high 134 in 2017. In 2020, that number is 91. You want a higher number there, but it just shows the disparity between where he was and where he is now. Clearly, this isn't fooling anybody in the NFL, let alone the genius defensive minds of coordinators and coaches and professional athletes on the other side of the ball paid to stop it. Hurts creates a wrinkle in the Eagles' offense that Wentz simply doesn't. Just look at what he's already done in the pros. In a league infatuated with run-pass option concepts, Hurts' speed, ability to make the right reads, and agility gives the Eagles something that they don't have with the injury-prone Wentz under center. Right now is the time to figure out just what the Eagles have in Hurts. Is he a gadget guy like Taysom Hill, a reliable backup like Chase Daniel, or a franchise centerpiece? The Eagles really don't have much to lose if they do decide to start Hurts down the stretch in the regular season. They're just 3-8-1 at the time of this video, and even though they're within arm's length of a playoff spot in the tank division, aka the NFC East, 3 games into this rookie season could be just what Hurts needs to get adjusted to the offensive pace of the NFL. Just look at how hot and cold the Cardinals are, and the Saints are starting a fellow gadget guy in Taysom Hill. This is a great time for them to experiment. The Eagles have been very hit or miss when it comes to evaluating quarterback. They've found gems in Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham, and 5 seasons of Carson Wentz. They've also found very fringe backups like Jeff Garcia, AJ Feely, and Nick Foles. It's time to see which one of those Jalen Hurts will be.